mountain you want to die on. And when I'm going even a little bit uphill, I prefer to weld it uphill. I'd rather that puddle not chase me down, and I'd like to get a little bit more penetration on something like this, especially using a small MIG welder. Now you can see I've got a ragged Teflon tape around the threads of that thing, and that is just to protect the threads because this thing will arc out. It's got like a capacitor charge built up in it, and if you lay it down, it'll arc out and screw up the threads. You don't need a nozzle with flux core, but it's good to have a special flux core nozzle that keeps you from grounding that stuff out. And I got it off of there just for filming. Now I should ground directly to the piece here, and I had some problems doing that. I don't follow my own advice sometimes, but a ground is really important. I got a little third hand thing there with some copper tips on it to get a good ground, but it's not good enough. And I fired up here, and it pushed it over instead of arcing. And you know, I know better, but sometimes I don't follow my own advice. But a good ground is really important on any kind of MIG welding because the wire just keeps coming out. It doesn't care. If you have the good ground, a lot of times you keep yourself from chasing your tail a lot because you'll be thinking that the machine's not set just right when maybe your ground is just stuttering or you're intermittently losing the ground. All right, and what happened here, I got about 24 inches into this thing and the overtemp light came on, and that was even with stopping off, and you can imagine how much I have to stop to reposition cameras and that kind of thing. So that's why I wasn't crazy about the welder. It has a decent arc. It welds okay. It's kind of surprising what it'll do as far as penetration goes into 3/16 and 1/4 inch. And again, this is 3/16, the actual part that I'm welding here. So what I'm doing now is I'm welding the inside because I learned from the weld testing that welding the inside is kind of necessary to have decent strength on it. So after buffing and with wire wheels and everything, it comes out a decent looking weld. I much prefer bare wire MIG. All right, stick out. Couple of tips to end with. Stick out is important, also called contact to work distance. Keep it at 1/2 inch or so or less. And a flux core nozzle, once again, instead of that Teflon tape like I used, is a lot better. It's just a plastic kind of nozzle with threads on and lets you see your tip and your nozzle's not in the way, and it protects the threads. So thanks for watching, and visit weldingtipsandtricks.com.